My role is Global Head of Partner Solutions at Spotify. I think what makes our platform really special is that music streaming is a dominant behavior and people do it in all types of contexts, and that helps us understand the emotional state and even start to understand tastes and habits. When brands can leverage that streaming intelligence, what message they put in front of that consumer, that can really drive the key metrics for advertisers. Data storytelling is something we're super passionate about. It's something that we use to inform our own brand messages back to consumers and to advertisers. When we think about leveraging streaming intelligence in terms of forming the creativity, we bring that offering to our brand partners in really smart ways, using our API tools and really sort of consulting on how they can create experiences that are additive. One example I'll share was a recent one with Snickers. They have this campaign, "You're Not You When You're Hungry." What we did was identify when consumers are streaming outside of how they normally stream. A hip-hop head suddenly streaming classical instrumentals, for example. Identifying those anomalies in their streaming and then serving up a custom audio Snickers ad delivering their brand message, "You're Not You When You're Hungry." And that drove back to a playlist called The Hunger Hits. Those types of activations where you can leverage the power of our data and deliver a really unique and custom experience to consumers, something that's personalized. Brands have an opportunity to take advantage of the fact that Spotify gets you and we get you too. People have such a personal relationship to music. The biggest insight is they learn a lot about themselves based on how they stream. We have a really popular end-of-year campaign. Each user received a personalized version of their kind of year in review, if you will. It reveals their most popular songs, and it also reveals maybe the songs that they missed that we think they would have liked. And so this notion of opening up your world to things that you didn't know existed, both music and content, but also culture and community, is something that we think our fans really enjoy. The thing I think a lot about is how to get the most out of the data. Big data is just that, but if you can't extract the insights that are going to resonate with different communities, the insights that are going to allow us to tell stories that haven't been told before, I think we're doing ourselves a disservice. One of the roles that I serve at Spotify, I'm the executive sponsor for BLK, which is our Black Employee Resource Group. A lot of the talks I give internally, women will reach out to hear more about my story or share some experiences that they're having and get advice. We all know that there's a gender imbalance, especially at the senior levels, and insisting that 50% of the candidates that you interview are women, and also insisting that a representative percentage are people of color. If you're only seeing white male candidates for an opening, that's a flag. That's a red flag. We really need to change the complexion at the board and the C-suite. We know that when you have diverse leadership, it drives creativity, it drives innovation, and really advocating for companies to require that. Music industry and the tech space and the media space, we kind of sit at the intersection of all three, has been quite remarkable. We're super focused on creating amazing consumer experiences, ones that are personalized and help people discover more about themselves and more about the communities we live in.